Humans have always been afraid of things they can't explain. The sound of footsteps when no one's there. The feeling that something's watching you from the dark. What if those fears aren't just in your head? What if there really is something out there, hiding in the shadows? Today we're going to talk about 5 mythical creatures that have terrified people for generations. This is part 4 in the series. And trust me, things are about to get darker and a whole lot more terrifying. The first one on our list is Wendigo. Often described as tall creature standing at 13 feet long. Its body looks like it's trapped in pain, thin, with pale skin stretched tight over its bones. Its fingers end in long, sharp claws. Its eyes glow in the dark, and its mouth is always open, like it's starving for human flesh. It's often shown with antlers or the skull of a deer for a head, a haunting sign of its wild, animal-like nature. Wendigo legends are primarily found within Algonquian-speaking indigenous cultures of North America, especially in the Great Lakes and eastern Canadian regions. The Wendigo is known for its endless hunger for human flesh, and some believe it can even take over a person's mind, driving them to commit cannibalism. According to the legend, the Wendigo hunts its prey by hiding in forests, staying perfectly still and silent, blending into the trees. Sometimes it mimics human voices, crying for help or calling your name, to trick people deeper into the woods. Once you're alone and lost, it strikes fast, using its long claws and speed. It doesn't need to run after you. It waits in the dark until you come to it. Some stories say that people who became too greedy or selfish could slowly turn into a Wendigo. In other versions, the change happened when someone ate human flesh to survive, like during a harsh winter. That one terrible act could curse them forever. So, does the Wendigo exist in real life? Probably not. But the Wendigo is really a symbol of what happens when people stop caring about others and lose their kindness. The next creature on our list is the Hobbit. Now, we probably know hobbits from the movie The Lord of the Rings, but these small guys were actually real, and they were only recently discovered in 2015 on the island of Flores, Indonesia. Scientists named them Homo floresiensis. They were only about 3 feet tall and lived on the island around 50,000 years ago, alongside bigger, stronger humans. They had brains about the size of chimpanzees, but don't let their short height fool you. They made stone tools and even hunted bigger animals like elephants. The most likely cause of extinction these guys is the arrival of modern humans around 50,000 years ago. Their appearance likely led to competition for resources, possible conflict, or the introduction of new diseases, which led to their extinction. One of the scariest creatures on this list is Gran Maja. It was first described as a giant sea serpent, about 675 meters long. That's more than twice the size of the famous bloop. But recent reports claim it's gotten even bigger. Some say it could now be over 6.5 kilometers long. Its body looks like a huge snake, moving through the water like a powerful anaconda. Its head is shaped like a long whale shark, with a huge open mouth full of sharp, yellow needle-like teeth. On its rough, reddish-brown skin, it has 6 small, pale eyes arranged in a half circle, giving it a strange, ancient look. You might ask, how could something this big stay hidden? The answer: it lives in the deep ocean, far below where sunlight can reach. This part of the ocean is one of the least explored places on Earth. More than 80% of the ocean has never been fully explored. So maybe Gran Maja isn't hiding. Maybe we're just not looking deep enough. Some people believe it's a genetic hybrid, a mix between a whale and an extinct sea snake. But scientists say that's impossible. Whales and snakes are too different, and nothing in nature grows that big. Another theory says Gran Maja is an undiscovered species, a creature that's been living in the ocean since the Paleozoic era, millions of years ago. If that's true, it would be one of the oldest predators still alive today. For now, Gran Maja remains a deep-sea mystery, unseen, unexplained, and absolutely terrifying. The next on our list is the Boogyman. The Boogyman is a mythical creature people talk about to scare kids into behaving. No one really knows what it looks like. Some say it's a man, others say it's more like a shadowy monster. But one thing's clear: it shows up when children misbehave. Almost every country has its own version. In Spain, he's called El Coco. In Germany, there's Der Schwarze Mann. In Arabic cultures, it's Abu Kirker. He's usually found in dark places, closets, attics, under the bed, where a child's imagination runs wild. That's what makes the Boogeyman so powerful. He lives in everyone's mind, but he never looks the same. In modern world, Boogeyman appears everywhere in books, video games, movies, and our imagination. So, does the Boogeyman exist in real life? Well, there's no proof, but he's definitely lived in our imaginations since childhood. The next creature on our list is the Loch Ness monster, often described as a massive serpentine creature with a long neck and humps rising from the water. Nessie's appearance sparks debate. Some say she's a sea serpent, others think she's a surviving dinosaur, like a plesiosaur. The first reported sighting goes all the way back to 565 AD. A monk named Saint Columba supposedly encountered a water beast in the river Ness. According to legend, the monster killed a man and was about to attack again, until Columba raised his hand and commanded it to leave, and it did. But Nessie really made headlines in 1933. A couple driving near the loch claimed they saw something huge moving through the water. That story blew up fast. Then, in 1934, came the photo, the famous one with the long neck poking out of the water. It looked creepy, and for 60 years, it was considered solid proof. Until 1994, when it was revealed that it was all a hoax. But still to this day, thousands of tourists visit Loch Ness every day in the search of giant sea monster. The next one is my personal favorite, the Manananggal. And trust me, this one's straight out of nightmares. The Manananggal is a creature from Filipino folklore, and it's terrifying. By day, she looks like a normal, beautiful woman. But by night, she changes into a terrifying monster. Her body splits in half, literally, and the upper half sprouts wings and flies off into the dark, leaving the lower half standing still like some kind of horror statue. She hunts at night, searching for sleeping victims. Using her long, needle-like tongue, she drinks the blood. People say if you find the lower half of her body and sprinkle salt or garlic on it, she can't return to it. And if the sun rises before she finds her lower half again, she dies. But the real fear? You never see her coming. You just hear the sound of wings, and before you even think of escaping, it's over. People in the Philippines still believe in the Manananggal, especially in the provinces. Some even build their houses with special precautions. Thick rooftops, sharp bamboo fences, and protective herbs like garlic hanging near windows. In some rural areas, you'll still hear people say, "Don't go out at night," or "Close the windows before dark." So, does the Manananggal actually exist? Well, there's no solid proof. No one's ever caught one. But sometimes, fear doesn't need proof. It just needs a story. The final mythical creature on our list is Sirenhead. Standing at 33 feet tall, his body looks like twisted, dying tree, thin, dried out, like it's been standing in the forest for centuries. Instead of the head, there are two rusty old loudspeakers bolted to the top of his neck, and from them comes the most terrifying sounds, like a crying child, friend calling your name, or sometimes police radio begging for backup. That's how he haunts his enemies. He doesn't chase, he attracts it towards him. People say Sirenhead can mimic anything, your voice, your memories, and despite his size, he moves in total silence. The first known image of him came in 2018, drawn by artist Trevor Henderson. It blew up fast, but creatures like Sirenhead, they've been in our stories long before that. Ancient legends speak of spirits that mimic familiar voices to attract travelers into the woods. Today, Sirenhead appears everywhere in movies, video games, so does he actually exist in real life? Probably not. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. Click the video on the screen to watch part 3 of series.